Nissan has just dropped a bombshell that could shake the entire automotive world to its core. A move so bold, so unprecedented, it has left industry insiders scrambling and consumers questioning everything they thought they knew about buying a car. Not too long ago, Nissan stood tall as one of Japan's greatest automotive innovators. This was a brand that rivaled giants, delivering reliable, affordable vehicles that captured the hearts of drivers worldwide. But today, the story is shockingly different. Spiraling profits, drastic price slashes, and whispers of bankruptcy have set the stage for a dramatic showdown between survival and collapse. So this announcement coming at this time has a significant meaning behind it. But how did a powerhouse fall so far? And what is the announcement exactly? What does it mean for your next car purchase, your wallet, and the very future of the automotive industry? Well, buckle up. This is a story you cannot afford to miss. What's happening? The news isn't just surprising, it's seismic. Once celebrated as one of Japan's top automakers, Nissan has now unveiled unprecedented price cuts on some of its most popular models. These aren't modest discounts either. We're talking about reductions that border on the unthinkable. Picture this: cars that were once priced at $25,000 are now being sold for nearly half that amount. It is no wonder the announcement has left consumers and industry experts reeling. For decades, Nissan built its reputation as a dependable and innovative car manufacturer. From the days of the Datsun 510 and the iconic Z-Series sports cars, the company thrived by delivering vehicles that offered excellent value and reliability. But today, that once glowing legacy is overshadowed by financial turmoil, shrinking market share, and a deepening crisis. The announcement of these price cuts is not just a marketing strategy. It is a desperate move to salvage a brand fighting to remain relevant in an increasingly competitive industry. Consumers are flocking to dealerships, eager to snap up what they see as once-in-a-lifetime bargains. Meanwhile, industry insiders are left scratching their heads, wondering what this bold move means for Nissan's future. Is this a masterstroke that could revive the struggling company, or is it the final act of a once-great automaker on the brink of collapse? The stakes are enormous, and the implications could reshape the car market as we know it. How did the market react? Almost immediately, shares of Nissan and its partner Mitsubishi plummeted, reflecting the uncertainty and fear surrounding the company's direction. Investors, who had long viewed Nissan as a dependable player in the industry, are now questioning whether the company can weather the storm it faces. The ripple effects are being felt far beyond Nissan's boardrooms and showrooms. Consider this: Nissan's profits have fallen by an eye-watering 99%. That's right, 99%. It's a staggering reality that underscores just how deep the company's troubles run. The fallout from this decline has been devastating, not only for Nissan, but also for its investors, employees, and supply chain partners. The decline in profits is more than a number. It's a story of a brand losing its footing in a fiercely competitive market. Once a major player in the United States, Nissan's market share has dropped from a robust 7.7% to a mere 5.8% over the past 5 years. This isn't just a financial issue, it's a sign of waning consumer trust and loyalty. But this is just the beginning. The crisis unfolds. To understand the gravity of Nissan's situation, we need to examine the root causes of its current crisis. At the heart of the matter are three interrelated issues, and each of these problems feeds into the others, creating a vicious cycle that is difficult to break. First, let's address the bankruptcy threat. Nissan's financial woes are no secret, and the company's recent moves suggest that it is teetering on the edge of insolvency. The drastic price cuts, while enticing to consumers, are a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they are driving traffic to dealerships and boosting short-term sales. On the other hand, they are slashing profit margins and depleting the company's financial reserves. The scale of these price cuts is astounding. Imagine walking into a dealership and seeing cars that were once priced at $25,000 now available for just $12,000. For consumers, it feels like hitting the jackpot. For Nissan, however, it's a risky gamble that could backfire if it fails to reignite long-term consumer loyalty and interest. The loss of consumer trust is another critical factor. Nissan's reputation for reliability has been tarnished in recent years, particularly due to persistent issues with its continuously variable transmissions. These reliability concerns, coupled with financial instability, have left many potential buyers hesitant to commit to the brand. This erosion of trust is perhaps the most significant challenge Nissan faces, as rebuilding consumer confidence takes years, not months. So why is Nissan slashing prices so drastically? Is it a calculated risk to rebuild its market position, or a desperate move to stave off collapse? These questions are at the heart of Nissan's unfolding crisis, and the answers will determine the company's fate. why it matters to you. All of this might sound like a corporate saga playing out far from your daily life, but the truth is, it matters deeply to you, whether you're a car enthusiast, a potential buyer, or simply someone who drives to work every day. Nissan's crisis has implications that touch your world. For starters, the unprecedented price cuts mean that now could be the best time to purchase a new car, if you're willing to take the risk. Deals like this don't come around often, and for many consumers, they represent a rare opportunity to get a high-quality vehicle at a fraction of the cost. But there's a catch. What happens if Nissan doesn't recover? Will parts and service for your new car become harder to find? Will resale values plummet even further? Beyond the immediate deals, Nissan's situation also raises broader questions about the automotive market. How will competitors respond to this bold move? Could this spark a price war that benefits consumers in the short term but destabilizes the industry in the long term? And what does Nissan's struggle tell us about the challenges facing traditional automakers in a world increasingly dominated by electric and hybrid vehicles? The urgency is clear. The decisions Nissan makes in the coming months will shape not only its own future, but also the broader landscape of the car market. As we dive deeper into this story, we'll uncover the hidden dynamics at play and explore what it all means for you. Aging vehicle lineup. Imagine stepping onto a Nissan dealership lot and finding models that feel like relics from a past era. This is exactly what one loyal Nissan customer, a 35-year-old commuter named Emma, experienced. Searching for a fuel-efficient, tech-savvy car to suit her growing family, she was disappointed by the options in front of her. The infotainment system looked clunky, the design uninspired, and the fuel economy fell short of competitors like Toyota or Honda. Emma left that dealership with a sour taste, vowing to explore other brands that seem to have their finger on the pulse of modern consumers. This dissatisfaction is not just Emma's story, it reflects a growing frustration among car buyers globally. While rivals unveil sleek designs, cutting-edge technology, and bold innovations, Nissan has been slow to adapt. The company's once beloved vehicles like the Rogue and Altima now face criticism for feeling outdated and unappealing. In an era dominated by advanced driver assistance systems, hybrid powertrains, and fully electric options, Nissan's lineup struggles to keep pace. The competition is fierce. Automakers like Honda and Hyundai consistently release models that cater to evolving consumer preferences, blending innovation with efficiency. Meanwhile, Nissan has been holding on to designs and technologies that once worked but no longer resonate with modern drivers. This hesitance to evolve not only tarnishes the brand's reputation, but also leaves potential customers like Emma searching for alternatives. The challenge for Nissan lies in its ability to break free from the past. The automotive market is relentless, and companies that fail to innovate risk being left behind. The question now is whether Nissan can rise to the occasion, or if it will remain stuck in a rut, watching its competitors speed ahead. Over-reliance on fleet sales. Fleet sales have long been a lifeline for Nissan, but they are increasingly becoming an anchor dragging the company down. For those unfamiliar, fleet sales refer to bulk purchases of vehicles by rental agencies, businesses, or government organizations. While this strategy provides consistent sales volume, it typically yields lower profits compared to individual consumer sales. Imagine a neighborhood grocery store stocking its shelves with bulk discount items. Sure, it moves product quickly, but the profit margins are razor thin. This is the reality Nissan faces. Over 30% of its United States dealerships report financial losses, a staggering figure that points to the downside of this reliance. Competitors like Honda and Hyundai have focused on individual retail customers, crafting vehicles that attract drivers looking for a personal connection with their cars. Retail sales bring higher profits and build brand loyalty over time. In contrast, Nissan's reliance on fleet sales oversaturates the market with discounted vehicles, diminishing their perceived value and straining dealership profitability. The ripple effect is undeniable. When consumers see Nissan cars priced aggressively at rental lots or through fleet deals, it creates a perception of cheapness rather than value. This brand erosion makes it even harder for dealerships to sell vehicles at their intended price point. Fleet sales, once a clever strategy, now feel like a double-edged sword, cutting into Nissan's financial stability and reputation. For Nissan to thrive, it must recalibrate its approach. A greater emphasis on retail customers and a refreshed focus on creating vehicles that excite individual buyers could help the brand reclaim its footing. But as it stands, the over-reliance on fleet sales keeps Nissan in a precarious position. Lack of innovation in electrification. A decade ago, Nissan made waves with the introduction of the Nissan Leaf, one of the first mass-market fully electric vehicles. It was a bold move that positioned the company as a pioneer in electrification. Fast forward to today, and that early lead has fizzled out. Rivals like Tesla, Toyota, and Ford have surged ahead, leaving Nissan struggling to catch up. Take Toyota, for instance. Nearly 30% of its sales last year were hybrids, seamlessly blending traditional engines with electric capabilities. Meanwhile, Nissan's hybrid offerings remain virtually non-existent, with no hybrid version of its Rogue SUV expected until 2127. This is not just a missed opportunity, it is a glaring gap in a market increasingly dominated by environmentally conscious consumers. Tesla, on the other hand, has redefined the electric vehicle landscape. With sleek designs, unmatched range, and a cult-like following, Tesla has set the standard for what electric vehicles can be. Ford has also risen to the challenge with its Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. In comparison, Nissan's Leaf, once a trailblazer, feels outdated and uninspired. The lack of innovation extends beyond the product itself. Nissan has been slow to market its electric vehicles effectively, failing to capture the attention of eco-conscious buyers. The result? A steady decline in Leaf sales and a diminished presence in the electrification race. For Nissan to regain its footing, it must embrace a sense of urgency. Electrification is not just the future, it is the present. The automotive market is shifting rapidly, and consumers are demanding more sustainable, efficient options. Without bold steps forward, Nissan risks being left behind in an industry that rewards adaptability and forward thinking. Reliability issues with continuously variable transmissions. Nissan's continuously variable transmissions, or belt-driven systems designed to optimize fuel efficiency, have become a significant pain point for the company. Once touted as a game changer, these systems are now synonymous with reliability issues, leaving many drivers frustrated and disillusioned. Consider David, a middle-aged father of 3 who purchased a Nissan Altima hoping for a dependable family car. Within months, he experienced rough shifting, delayed acceleration, and eventually a complete transmission failure. Repairs were costly, and worse, the issue reoccurred. David's story is not unique. Countless Nissan owners have shared similar tales of woe, tarnishing the brand's reputation for reliability. A recent survey by a leading consumer advocacy group revealed that transmission problems are one of the top reasons potential buyers avoid Nissan altogether. This is devastating for a brand that once prided itself on dependability. Loyal customers are defecting to competitors like Toyota and Honda, whose reliability ratings remain consistently high. The implications for buyers are profound. When considering a vehicle, reliability is a top priority. Nobody wants to worry about whether their car will make it from point A to point B. For Nissan, this erosion of trust is not just a financial issue, it is an existential crisis. Addressing these reliability concerns must be a top priority for Nissan. Without action, the brand risks alienating its remaining customer base and further damaging its reputation. Can Nissan fix its transmission issues and rebuild trust? For now, the road ahead looks uncertain, and consumers like David are left questioning their loyalty to the once reliable brand. The Carlos Ghosn scandal. Imagine this. A visionary leader once hailed as the savior of a struggling automaker, now embroiled in one of the most dramatic scandals in the automotive industry's history. Carlos Ghosn, a name synonymous with Nissan's resurgence in the early 21st century, was arrested in the late 20-teens on charges of financial misconduct. This arrest sent shockwaves through the corporate world, leaving Nissan reeling and its employees and investors grappling with a sense of betrayal. Carlos Ghosn was more than just a chairman. He was the face of Nissan's revival. Under his leadership, the company rose from the brink of bankruptcy to global prominence. But the allegations against him, ranging from underreporting his income to misusing company funds, shattered his carefully constructed image. For loyal employees, it felt like a personal betrayal. Investors, who had placed unwavering trust in his leadership, were left questioning the stability of the company. The scandal didn't just tarnish Ghosn's reputation, it cast a dark shadow over Nissan's integrity, exposing cracks in the company's foundation that would prove difficult to repair. The arrest and subsequent dramatic events, including Ghosn's escape from Japan under the cover of secrecy, were not just tabloid fodder, they were a direct blow to Nissan's corporate culture and its ability to command respect and trust. It was a betrayal of the very values that had once defined the brand, and the fallout would only grow from there. Corporate governance cracks. Carlos Ghosn's scandal was not an isolated incident. It pulled back the curtain on deep-rooted governance issues within Nissan. As the world learned more about the company's internal workings, it became clear that its governance framework was woefully inadequate. A lack of checks and balances allowed a single individual to wield immense power, leading to the kind of abuses that brought the company to its knees. Scrutiny intensified as regulators and industry observers dissected the company's internal controls. The findings were damning. Nissan's governance standards fell far short of industry norms, creating an environment where misconduct could flourish. Stakeholders, including major shareholders and longtime partners, began to lose confidence in Nissan's ability to operate transparently and responsibly. The damage went beyond public perception. Trust within the company itself was eroded, as employees at every level questioned how such failures could have gone unnoticed for so long. Compared to industry peers with robust oversight mechanisms, Nissan's governance seemed archaic and ineffective. For a company of its size and global reach, these shortcomings were nothing short of catastrophic. Rebuilding this trust would not be easy. Nissan's ability to attract top talent, secure partnerships, and reassure customers all depended on addressing these governance flaws. But with so much damage already done, could the company truly recover, or were these cracks a harbinger of more significant issues to come? Strategic failures in adapting to market trends. As the automotive world raced toward electrification and technological innovation, Nissan found itself increasingly outpaced by competitors. The company, once a pioneer with its early foray into electric vehicles through the Nissan Leaf, now struggled to keep up with rapidly evolving consumer demands and industry trends. Nissan's inability to adapt was rooted in a series of strategic missteps. While rivals like Toyota and Tesla forged ahead with robust lineups of hybrid and fully electric models, Nissan lagged behind. Its offerings felt outdated, and its plans for new models were painfully slow. For instance, a hybrid version of the Nissan Rogue, one of its most popular models, is not expected until the 2030s, a delay that starkly contrasts with competitors' aggressive timelines. This sluggishness was compounded by missed opportunities in other areas of innovation. Features that are now standard in many vehicles, advanced driver assistance systems, seamless infotainment integration, and cutting-edge battery technologies remained underdeveloped in Nissan's lineup. These shortcomings weren't just technical, they represented a failure to meet the expectations of a modern, tech-savvy consumer base. Why couldn't Nissan pivot faster? Was it a lack of vision, or were internal conflicts and resource constraints to blame? Whatever the reason, the consequences are clear. The company is losing ground in a market where adaptability and innovation are the keys to survival. For Nissan, the cost of these delays isn't just measured in lost sales. It's a blow to its reputation as a leader in automotive innovation. The dilemma of dealer network struggles. Nissan's struggles don't stop at the corporate level. Across the United States, its dealership network is facing an existential crisis. Nearly 4 out of 10 Nissan dealerships are operating at a loss, a staggering statistic that highlights just how dire the situation has become. For local communities, the impact of dealership closures is profound. These businesses provide jobs, economic activity, and a sense of stability. When a dealership shuts its doors, it's not just an inconvenience for potential car buyers, it's a blow to the entire local economy. And for customers, fewer dealerships mean fewer options for service, repairs, and new purchases, pushing them toward competitors with stronger, more accessible networks. This predicament isn't just a local issue, it reflects a broader failure in Nissan's strategy. The company's over-reliance on fleet sales has led to an oversaturated market filled with discounted vehicles undercutting its own dealerships. Meanwhile, rivals like Honda and Hyundai have managed to balance retail and fleet sales more effectively, leaving Nissan struggling to catch up. If your local Nissan dealership were to close, what would your options be? Would you travel farther for service, or would you switch to a competing brand with a more stable presence? These are the questions facing consumers, and the answers will shape the future of Nissan's market share. Nissan's dealership woes underscore the urgent need for a comprehensive strategy to stabilize its network. Without a clear plan to support these businesses and address the underlying causes of their struggles, the company risks losing not only its dealers, but also the trust and loyalty of its customers. Nissan's RCS Initiative. Nissan has unveiled an ambitious strategy known as the Advanced Renewal Comprehensive Strategy, or ARCS, designed to reclaim its position as a key player in the automotive industry. This initiative aims to address the challenges that have plagued the company in recent years, signaling a fresh start. At its core, ARCS is a multifaceted plan that prioritizes model innovation, electrification, and operational efficiency. Central to ARCS is the goal of introducing 7 brand new vehicle models to the North American market by the year 2026. This effort is complemented by a staggering 78% refresh of Nissan's existing lineup within just 3 years. The company is keenly focused on balancing traditional combustion engine vehicles with cutting-edge electrified models to cater to a diverse consumer base. Nissan's electrification targets are equally ambitious. By the year 2030, the company plans to have 34 electrified vehicle options globally, of which 19 will be fully battery electric models. These numbers are not just milestones, but represent Nissan's commitment to redefining its brand in a market increasingly dominated by sustainable technologies. To achieve this, the company is investing heavily in research and development, particularly in advanced battery technologies, including the much-anticipated solid-state batteries. Operational efficiency is another pillar of ARCS. Nissan aims to streamline its production processes, reducing costs while meeting anticipated demand for its new lineup. However, this strategy comes with significant risks, particularly in an industry still grappling with economic uncertainties and fluctuating consumer behavior. Nissan must balance optimism with caution, ensuring that increased production aligns with real market demand. The ARCS initiative, while ambitious, reflects Nissan's understanding of its precarious position. This is not merely about releasing new models or hitting sales targets. It is about redefining what Nissan stands for in the 21st century automotive landscape. The race to stay relevant. Nissan's focus on electrification is not just a strategic choice, it is an absolute necessity in an industry increasingly dominated by sustainability and innovation. The company has set its sights on becoming a leader in hybrid and fully electric vehicle technology. Central to this effort is Nissan's investment in solid-state battery technology, which promises to revolutionize the industry. These batteries offer improved energy density, faster charging times, and enhanced durability, positioning Nissan to compete with industry heavyweights. The timeline for these advancements, however, presents a challenge. Nissan has committed to bringing solid-state batteries to market by the year 2028, a timeline that lags behind competitors such as Tesla, which is already delivering state-of-the-art battery technology. This delay raises questions about whether Nissan can maintain consumer interest while competitors push ahead with increasingly innovative offerings. Consumer trends are clear. Electric vehicle adoption is accelerating globally. Surveys indicate that nearly 1/2 of potential car buyers are considering an electric vehicle for their next purchase. This shift reflects growing environmental awareness and rising fuel costs, making it essential for manufacturers to meet the demand for sustainable mobility. Yet, Nissan's limited hybrid and electric offerings have left it at a disadvantage, particularly when rivals such as Toyota and Hyundai already boast diverse and well-integrated electrified lineups. Nissan's challenge is twofold. It must develop competitive electric and hybrid models while effectively communicating the benefits of these technologies to rebuild consumer trust. Past issues such as reliability concerns with transmissions have eroded Nissan's reputation, and winning back disillusioned customers will require more than just new models. It will demand consistent quality, innovative features, and a strong marketing narrative that positions Nissan as a forward-thinking brand. The stakes are high. If Nissan can successfully execute its electrification strategy, it stands to regain a foothold in an increasingly crowded market. However, failure to adapt could result in a further loss of market share, leaving the company struggling to remain relevant in an industry driven by innovation and sustainability. Nissan's bold moves are reshaping the future of the automotive industry, but the journey ahead is far from certain. Will these innovative strategies and electrification efforts reignite consumer trust and solidify Nissan's place as a market leader? Or will challenges like reliability concerns and stiff competition prove too great to overcome? Your next car choice could be impacted by these very developments. What are your thoughts on Nissan's ambitious ARCS initiative and its electrification plans? Do you think these changes will make a difference? Or is it too late for the brand to catch up? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future updates on Nissan and the ever-evolving automotive world. Stay tuned for more insights, and thanks for watching.